Happy Money Monday, my friend. Welcome to this episode. And we are going to talk today all about, man, how are banks like really scamming you and how you can flip the script in a really, really cool way. I'm excited to chat with you about how you can grow your money effortlessly here with this episode. But before I get into all of that, if you are catching me live, drop a flame in the comments. And if this is the replay for you, then please put a purple heart down below. Happy Money Monday. Really quick, another little piece of housekeeping. I want to encourage you to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel right here at Grow with Jana B. So you will not miss a Money Monday. You will not miss a Wellness Wednesday, and you will not miss a Faith-Filled Friday. Okay, I want to make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. And then also go to the link in my bio, not right now, but go to the link in my bio and make sure you subscribe to my newsletter as well, because I have some free gifts for you. And I also want to bring you each and every day some tips to help you rise in the areas of fitness, finances, and of course, faith as well. All right. So let's get into it really quick, my friend. We're going to talk all about banks. We're going to talk about high yield savings accounts. We're going to talk about how to save more money. If you're excited about that, put the word money in the comments. And then look, we're going to start strong here. We're going to start strong. Drop the word guide in the comments for my money guide. Okay. So in case you don't know, my husband passed away in 2008. In 2012, I became a personal trainer and an entrepreneur. Actually, I became a personal trainer in 2010, entrepreneur in 2012. And I started my business with $70 to my name. I have been raising my two children as a widow since 2008. My kids are now 19 and 20, and they've never known me to have a job. Not since 2013 anyway. That was when I quit my job at a gym. But over the years, I have found multiple ways to create money effortlessly. And I've gotten so many questions over the years that I decided to just put all my secrets in this guide right here. Okay. So that way you can see how you can, grow money effortlessly. I've got lots of different ways in there to help you. One of my, missions is to always work smarter, not harder. I've always wanted to find ways to make as much money as possible for doing the least amount of work. It's not that I'm lazy. Absolutely not. It's just that I want to have more time. And what I have noticed is that, and it's obvious to everyone, not just Jana Brown, but what I've learned is that when you want more money, you've got to work more hours. And if you want more time, you have to work less hours. So how do you have both? How do you have time and money together? That's the name of the game, right? How do you maximize? You got to find ways where your money can work for you. And so inside my money guide, I've got several residual income streams. I've got other money tips and tricks for you. And we're going to talk about one of those today in the form of a high yield savings account. This is how your money can work for you. I will tell you right up front, my friends, this is not going to make you rich. You're not going to be balling out of control with a high yield savings account. However, you're going to be richer than you are if you keep your money in a savings account right now. Okay. I'm going to share with you why you do not want to keep your money in a savings account and why you want to use this other option instead. Okay. So first, we're going to talk about how banks work. How are they gypping you? Well, let me know in the comments how much interest you get on your money in a savings account at your bank. Let me know down below. My friends, you are lucky if you get 7%. You're lucky if you get 1%. Where did the number 7 come from? I don't know. You're lucky if you get 1% interest on your money at a bank. You're lucky. Do you even know? Do you even know what your interest rate is on your in your bank for your savings account? Do you even know? Or do you just put the money in there so you don't touch it? That's what I did for years. I didn't know anything about a high yield savings account. I had no clue what that was. Okay. So I did like everybody else, put money in savings when I could, right? So this is what they do. They take your money and they invest it and they give you your 0.1%. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that they take your money and invest it in accounts that are going to get back 25, 26, 27%? So they keep the 25% and they give you the 0.1. Doesn't that make you upset? Doesn't that make you mad? Like, don't put the word mad in the comments. It might be bad for my algorithm, but isn't that aggravating? Like, smash the heart button if you want to flip the script on your bank. All right, I'm going to show you some charts, okay? This is just going to give you an example. Now, I'll tell you, I have a high yield savings account that will yield 4.5% with my link, 4% without my link. Okay, so obviously I want to give you my link. So drop save in the chat for my high yield savings account link. I want you to have that. Okay, but look, and rotate your phone so you can see this better if you need to. If you have a high yield savings account and you opened it with $10,000, and this is using my Wealthfront link, for example, I use Wealthfront, by the way. So if you use my link and you open it with $10,000, at the end of 1 year, you're going to have an extra $456.02. I'm well aware that that's not balling out of control, life-changing money. But if we do the math, that's an extra $38 a month. Okay, you didn't do anything to earn that money, right? Or would you rather have $10.05 and get 83 cents a month? Come on. Clearly, you want 4.5%. So what if you kept the interest in the account? You kept the interest in the account, okay? Didn't touch it, didn't spend no money. You just kept interest in there. You didn't add any money to it. You just left it alone, okay? Well, in 5 years, you'll have an extra $2,517. Let's see what that is. And 96 cents. We don't want to miss that. That's $503 a year extra, or $41.96. So you went from earning an extra $38 a month to about $42 a month in interest. Just letting it sit there. You obviously would rather have that. Now you might have some questions right now. Like, okay, well, how much do I need to open it? Can I get the money out? Is this an investment account? No. But who is a high yield savings account for, my friend? It's for anyone who's got their money sitting in a savings account at the bank. It's for anyone who likes the idea of investing, but maybe is a little afraid to. This is not an investment account. But let me tell you this, okay? Oh my gosh, this, I might have to say, I'm trying to bite my tongue. I might have to save this for another episode, but I will say this. If you have your money inside of a whole life or cash value life insurance policy, you're probably not even getting 4.5% on your money. Just side note. Anyway, I'll digress from that. We'll save that for another day. But my friends, this is a great way to increase your cash flow, right? Without any risk. It's awesome. But there are some cons. We'll talk about the pros first. Obviously, you're going to earn a lot more compared to traditional savings, clearly. And it's still liquid. if you decide you want to use Wealthfront, which is what I use, you're going to get a debit card. You can literally pull the money anytime, my friends. So you can withdraw it in case of an emergency or whatever the case may be. It's also insured. I want to say that with Wealthfront, it's like $1 million, not 250,000. I could be wrong. But anyway, there's no fees with Wealthfront that I've seen. I've been using them now for almost a year. I've earned, well, about 9 months, and I've earned around $700 in 9 months. Like, geez, no brainer. Okay. So let's talk about the cons. All right. So far with Wealthfront, I haven't seen any of these cons, but there are limited transactions at times. But I mean, why would you even want to pull money out of it? Like the whole point is to keep it in there, right? In case you desperately need it for emergencies. So I don't think you would even need to withdraw it more than once, if at all. The rates can fluctuate. Now, I believe the rate fluctuated one time so far, and that's not a Wealthfront thing. That's like across the board. SoFi changed their interest rate. Wealthfront changed their interest rate. It used to be that I got 5% interest. Now I get 4.5. So, I mean, you don't even notice it. It's not a physical bank. Like, you can't go into the bank. But they are out of California, in case you're wondering. Many require higher minimum balances. Some require a higher starting deposit. With Wealthfront, I don't recall there being any that I can think of. I think when I opened it, it was just open your account. Like, that's pretty much it. All right. So this is what I would use for emergencies. I would use it for, vacation funds, set one up for your kids, make sure they have one. And then also, try to just forget about it. Like, you can have it automatically withdraw from your regular checking. You can have it set up that way. That way it just goes in there. So set a certain percentage. But I want to talk to you now about saving money and how you can really save money, because we want to be able to fund these accounts. Again, this account is not designed to help you get wealthy by any means. It's extra money. It's easy extra money that you can accumulate. All right. So now you might be thinking, okay, well, I need to put money in there, Jana, but okay, I need to learn how to save, because I hear that a lot, even when it comes to, anything, investing, buying even supplements, luxury items, personal training, like all the things that I used to do. I would have people say like, I've got to save for that, or I don't have money for that. And it's just like, wow, I just feel like all of us work really, really hard to have to say no to anything we want in life. Can I get an amen in the comments? Like, I remember in 2012, like grinding my butt off, just trying to provide for my kids and work every hour that I possibly could. But what I learned was that there's only so many hours in the day. I can only work so much. And then, you might get ahead, and then something happens and you shrink back, and you might get ahead and then you shrink back. So one of my biggest tips that I can give you when it comes to financial freedom, my friends, I want to challenge you to get out of debt like your life depends on it, because it does. That right there, I want you to pause for a moment. And if you want to put this in the chat, you can. You don't have to. But I want you to stop and think about, maybe perhaps break out a calculator, use your phone. But I want you to think about how much money you put towards debt each month. Your mortgage, your car note, your cell phone bill. I know they pay it off, $20-$30 a month for your cell phone. All the things. How much money are you paying per month towards debt? If you want to put it in the comments, you can. You don't have to. And then multiply that by 12. Let's say you have a $2,500 a month mortgage. Let's say you have a $500 a month car note. Let's say you're paying $30 a month towards a cell phone bill. God, I'm not even doing the math right here. Plus 500 plus 30. That's already $3,030 a month. Let's say you have at least $1,000 a month in credit card, medical. Let's just combine those. That's $4,030 a month that you could possibly be putting just based on this example. Well, if you multiply that by 12, that is $48,360. If this was you and you paid that off, you would give yourself literally you'd give yourself, some people make this in a year. Some people make this in 1 year. You would literally give yourself someone's salary as a raise. Like, that's crazy. Or what if we just took off the mortgage? Let's say it's just consumer debt. Took off the house and the car. The reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I want to light a fire under your rear end to get out of debt. Imagine if instead of putting that money into debt, you put it in a high yield savings account. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's just figure this out. I want to do this really quick. I wasn't going to do this, but I want to do it and see what happens, okay? Because when you see this exercise, when you understand what you have your hands on, it's going to fire you up, okay? So, oops, wrong one. Let me do a different one. Stop screen, present, share screen. We are going to do, I don't know if I can do it. Okay, so forget all that. What I want to do is I want you to go into ChatGPT, okay? I want you to go into ChatGPT and I want you to literally put this in your ChatGPT. If I put $2,000 a month into a high yield savings account that gave me 4.5% interest, how much money would I earn in interest at the end of the year? If I put in $2,500 a month, I seriously want to know. I want to know what that is. I'm actually going to figure that out because I'm so curious. Okay, if I opened a high yield savings account with nothing, actually we'll just do 2,500 with $2,500 and added $2,500 per month for 1 year, and my HYS gave me 4.5% interest, how much would I have at the end of the year? At the end of the year. This is crazy. We're going to see what it says. All right, while that's analyzing. So anyway, oh my gosh, you would have approximately $33,356 is what it's saying. $33,356 is what it's saying. So if you did 2,500 times 12, you only put in 30,000. So that means that in interest, you gained $3,356 in interest. That's like an extra $280 a month in free interest. Now, why did I share all that with you, my friend? Why did I share all that with you? Because I want you to, number one, be freaking fired up to get out of debt. And number two, see what's possible when you put your money in the right place. Now, I'm not saying that you should put all your money in a high yield savings account, by the way, because there's something called a Roth IRA, which will give you way higher returns, and you don't have to pay taxes on it when you start to withdraw. at retirement. Now, I'm going to save that for another live, but are you fired up to get out of debt now? Are you fired up to get out of debt? Now we're going to go into some savings hacks, okay? Because I want you to be able to take the money you save and put it into a high yield savings account, or put half of it towards your debt and half of it towards your high yield savings account, okay? So one of the things that I want you to promise yourself that you're not going to do is you're not going to buy a new car and you're not going to buy a new phone. I drive a 2015 Honda Pilot, and I refuse to buy a new vehicle because number one, a car is not an asset. It's a liability. It depreciates as soon as it drives off the lot. And so what I've done is I've upgraded features to it. Okay. So my 2015 Honda Pilot, it has touchscreen. It's got the voice activation. It's got, certain things that newer cars have, because instead of buying a new car, I could just upgrade it. Like, why would you want to go into debt like that? So anyway, done that. And then I refuse to buy a new phone. I will pay cash for a phone. Okay. That might be a couple years out of date, but literally, how much better can they get? Seriously. So I have a Galaxy Note 20, Samsung Galaxy Note 20. Where are my Android lovers in the house? Where are they at? My friends, it's a scam. You're literally buying a $1,200 phone. You're putting, you're increasing your bills by $30 a month just to go towards this phone. That's how they get you. Did you know that? Cell phone companies, they banned contracts, so contracts with cell phone companies are illegal. So what they do is they overprice the phones and then make you pay monthly on the phone. That's how they do contracts now. It's just not a contract, so it looks like it's fine. Okay. Anyway, I digress from that. Let's talk about saving money. Number one, if you are in debt, I'm assuming that you are, whether you are or that you aren't, I want you to start with assigning every dollar. Give every dollar an assignment. Put the word assignment in the comments. Give every dollar an assignment. Are you flying by the seat of your pants? Or do you know where every single dollar is going? So we have a 30, 20, 20, 20, 10 rule. We live on 30%, 20%, okay? That's going to go towards your high yield savings account, your Roth IRA, right? That's 50. Maybe I have that wrong. I can't even remember. All of our money it's already split like the Red Sea, okay? It goes here, it goes here, it goes here. But at the end of the day, what I know is 10% goes towards giving. We also have 10% going into like the fund, right? You just want to make sure that you have it all. And mine is written down somewhere, but you want to make sure you assign every dollar a job is what I'm trying to say. Giving should be first and foremost, 10% minimum give. Then you've got to have some fun money. But I want to say, man, put 20%, that's already 30 gone. Put 20% into your high yield savings account in your Roth IRA. Okay. And just pretend that money doesn't exist. And then you've got your bills and then you've got your debt, right? However you want to do it. Just the whole point is just make sure that you assign every dollar a job. Give it something to do. I want you to promise yourself that you're not going to fly by the seat of your pants. Okay? Because once you have awareness and knowledge of where you're at financially, then you can have power. Then you can have more control. And that's going to relieve some angst, some stress. So many people, because they're in the situation they're in, they don't want to face it. They don't want to calculate everything and look at where all the money is going and all that, because it's like, and trust me, and I'm only saying this because this was me. This was me when I was like, oh my gosh, I have a debt problem. I have a debt problem. Had a debt problem. I didn't want to get uncomfortable. I didn't want to stop getting my nails and hair done. I didn't want to start saying no. But then I realized, oh my gosh, if I just got uncomfortable for a little while, I would give myself, a $7,000 a year raise at that time. But why not max out your Roth IRA with that 7,000? Like, duh, right? So anyway, I know that right now you might be really uncomfortable with the idea of looking at your money and seeing where every dollar is going and where it needs to go. It might scare you a little bit, but it's got to be done. You need to have a financial fire drill, is what you need to have. Financial fire drill. Look at your last 3 statements. Where is your money going? Where can you cut things out? Now, one of the things you can do to start saving, I'll get into that. I'm sorry, I got off on a little tangent there, but let's talk about saving money. My friend, use ChatGPT to help you create a budget. ChatGPT, can I get like an amen in the house of ChatGPT is like the greatest thing ever. Like ChatGPT has, it's literally, anyway, let me just not go there, but I use it a lot. But it will help you in one way. It will help you create a grocery list. You can literally put inside ChatGPT, I don't want to spend more than $100 at Aldi or HEB, whatever, Randall's, whatever, wherever you go. I don't want to spend more than $100. I need to feed a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 teenagers, whatever. This is what we like. This is what we don't like. Create for me a meal plan and grocery list, and it will do so. And oftentimes you'll end up having more money left over than it predicted. I do this all the time with Aldi. And it will even give you the amounts that grocery store charges for that item. It will literally give you a running tally. It is amazing. Drop ChatGPT in the comments if that excites you. Yes, use it. Use it to help you create your grocery list and your budget. And stop going to ATMs if you are, because those fees add up. When I go to the grocery store, I just get cash back. And then also, if you have working children in your home, I hope to God they're paying their own cell phone bill. I hope they're paying for their own Netflix. I really do. I know mine are. It's the game changer. I hope they're buying their own groceries. Mine, literally, I'm not paying for any of that. I'm like, no, could I? Sure, but am I? No. Doesn't teach them anything. Have them go into ChatGPT and create their own budget. But you need to do a family financial fire drill. Sit down and get serious about your money. Quit impulse buying. Again, we're not buying new phones. We're not buying new cars. One of the things that I promised myself, and do with it what you will, but I refuse to let social media influence what I buy. What do I mean? Well, when it comes to women, the lashes, the eyebrows, the lashes, the eyebrows, the hair extensions. Like, I see every woman doing it, and I'm like, I ain't doing that. It's a waste of money. To me, listen, I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm not being judgmental. If that's what you want to do and it spoils you and it's your girly, whatever, fine. I'm not knocking you. But what I'm saying is, what I mean by that is, I just decided that I'm not going to let social media influence what I spend my money on as if I'm inadequate the way I am. I don't know who needed to hear that. Because I would literally watch women do their eyebrows and their lashes, and I'm like, I would think to myself, do I need to start doing that? I think I should start doing that. Oh my gosh. And I'm looking and I'm like, is something wrong with my eyebrows? What's wrong with okay, I need to fix my eyebrows. And I had to stop and I had to say, no, Jana, there's nothing wrong with your hair. There's nothing wrong with your eyebrows. There's nothing wrong with your eyelashes. No, you're not going to spend your money on that because everybody else on social media is not doing it. So I refuse to let social media influence what I spend my money on. Stanley Cups. Never bought one in my life. Refuse. I have one because my client brought me one as a gift. This is a $14 Stanley dupe. I'm happy with it. Just refuse, my friends, to hop on trends. Refuse. It's an impulse buy. It's not something you need. If you can talk yourself out of it, then you don't need it. And I'll be honest with you. Look, I'm not sitting here saying that you can't enjoy your life, right? That you shouldn't treat yourself, okay? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying be thoughtful and considerate before you spend your money. No impulse buying. Again, we're imagining ourselves with no debt. We're imagining ourselves, investing. I want you to quit being a spender and be an investor. I want you to think about your life, 20 years from now. Financially, what do you want your life to look like? What you can plan that, by the way. You don't have to wonder what your life is going to look like 20 years from now if you do this right. If you really get serious about your money, you don't have to wonder what 20 years is going to look like. You don't have to worry about what retirement is going to look like if you do this now. It's not too late. I'm 43. It's not too late to start. I didn't start my high yield savings account until until July of last year. I didn't start my high yield savings account then. I didn't start my Roth IRA until I was 30. Start your kids with a Roth IRA now, please, for the love of God. Start them off early, but I didn't start till I was 30 years old. The whole bottom line is you just need to start. And I'm going to say it again. Getting out of debt is first and foremost, my friend. Now, I will tell you, when it comes to shaving things out, it would just be the luxury things, hair, nails, like that's what I going to the movies. Like I cut all that out when I was really hardcore dedicated to getting out of debt. I didn't cut out my supplements because to me that's groceries. But I cut out all the extra stuff and I got my kids involved. That's another tip I want to give you. Get your family involved. Again, family financial fire drill. Okay. And for the love of God, get yourself an estate plan if you don't have one already. There's no point in growing all this money and having all these assets and all that if you don't protect it within an estate plan. This was not part of my original notes, but it just came out. Most places will charge $400 to $800 for an estate plan. That's a will, power of attorney, a directive to physician. I can get you one for $38. So drop the word will in the comments and I'll get you my hookup so you can get you an estate plan. But you got to protect your assets as well as grow them. But let's get back to saving money. You can also take advantage of cashback apps. Like I love Upside. I've gotten like $200 back on gas. And then, okay, now this one right here is not for everybody. This is for someone who's already out of debt and you have great financial responsibility. Well, if that's the case, you probably already have a high yield savings account. But anyway, take advantage of cashback credit cards and bonus offers. It's not for everybody. All right. You got to trust yourself with this one. But I have an Amazon cashback, Wells Fargo cashback, Venmo cashback, PayPal cashback. Venmo is my fun card. PayPal is my business card. Wells Fargo, I don't even know why I have that one. And then Amazon, obviously. And so the Amazon, I get 5% back. And so, and what do I buy? I buy stuff that I would normally buy. It's usually household items, personal care items, things like that. Stuff for my business, perhaps. But the PayPal, I mean, that's again business. So anyway, you again assigning every dollar a job, right? But what's great is that you get 3% back on your purchases. And if you're going to spend the money anyway, use a cashback credit card. And then take advantage of their offers. Again, if you're going to spend the money anyway, this isn't for you to open and then just spend money on stuff that you don't want just to get the bonus offer. No. So when I opened up these 3 accounts and I met the requirement, I ended up getting back like $500 cash total within 90 days for doing nothing, for spending money that I'm already going to spend. All right. So that's another way you can save money, get cash back, use cash back apps. I use Upside. I'll be happy to give you my link for that. And then cashback credit cards and bonus offers when they have those. I think I might have links to those. But again, you can get all of this stuff in my money guide that I'm sharing with you. Then also, I want you to turn your liabilities into assets. Now, this one may not be something you're going to jump on, but it's paid me very well. And I love it so much. And that is Airbnb. My friends, if you have a spare bedroom, Airbnb all the way. I've been doing it for 9 years. It's paid me, I want to say right around $100,000 total. About $12,000 a year is what I make on my Airbnb. Now, these 2 rooms are in my house. I'm home all the time. Anyway, I love it. I get students all the time who are interns at the hospital. In fact, I have one right now who's interning at Clear Lake Regional. So anyway, most of my guests are professional. All that aside, Airbnb is a great way to create money effortlessly because you literally are not doing anything. I mean, I clean the room. That's all I do. And I answer a couple questions. But I mean, the guy who's in my room right now, he's at work. I don't really even see them often. So that's an option for you to start creating money effortlessly that you can use towards paying off debt or putting into your high yield savings account. Okay. Now, again, I could go on and on about all the different ways that I have found to create money effortlessly, but just get them in my guide. But listen, I just want you to start. I just want you to start making the decision today that you're going to get serious about where you spend your money, how your money is used, and that you're going to get super crazy serious about getting out of debt. And then obviously, if you want to work with me, I can help you make money online. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but I am looking for 5 people to mentor who want to earn income online. If you've got thumbs and you can follow instructions, we have a plan in place to help you earn $1,000 in your first 30 days or less. I have one affiliate do it in 5 days. Again, monetizing what you already have, just like Airbnb. If you have an extra bedroom, monetize it. If you have social media, monetize it. Just makes sense. And did you know that you can also monetize your vehicle on Turo? Literally, you can rent out your vehicle on Turo. I have not done that yet. I thought about it, but they say my vehicle is too old. So anyway, I hope you got value from this, friend. Drop the word value in the comments if you did. Make sure you get my money guide. You can go to the link in my bio to do that, or I can send it to you directly. But I'm happy to answer questions about anything that I've covered today. And I hope to see you for Wellness Wednesday with Dr. Chapa and his wife, Tiffany. We are going to come back this Wednesday and talk all about hormones, men and women hormones, practical things you can do to improve your hormones, and also how the peptides, the bioactive precision peptides, can help support you in your efforts to improve your hormones. Okay, my friends, have an amazing rest of your night. Thank you for being with me this evening, and I hope to see you again on Wednesday for Wellness Wednesday and Friday for Faith